What's up, y'all?
What up? What up? Boy Los, you know what I'm saying?
Nia.
From Danville, Illinois.
Michigan. Girl, it's Michigan, Midwest.
Damn, you from
616.
Flint?
Goodbye. So, welcome to Marriage and Mimosas.
Marriage and Mimosa. Certain misses to love, to happiness, to good life. Ooh, that was a blooper.
Amen on that.
Okay.
Judge, the perfect pair.
Put that over there. And this one is yours.
We'll be drinking a non-alcoholic beverage, of course.
How many
But-
months? Oh, you pregnant?
I'm about 5 months pregnant. So, if you stick around for the next 4 months and watch our podcast, hopefully you can make it to where I actually get to enjoy a mimosa.
But me, I will have. Let me get that white and gold right there.
There you go.
So we've been married since what, December now?
Yep, December. So that's going on how many months? January, February, March, April, 8 months, almost 9 months.
Well, we've been together for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pop this.
Ooh.
Well,
Oh man.
what's the? Oh, damn! When you trying to be too raw, didn't a shot of your non-alcoholic?
Oh yeah.
She has the non-alcoholic.
So he got this for me. It is Baresso. Sparkling de-alcoholized wine. So let's see what this tastes like. Can you pop it open for me, babe?
Hopefully it don't pop like the last one.
Ooh, bless me. Ooh,
Bless you, bless you.
thank you. Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
How was this one worse?
See, we gotta get a new carpet already. Here, let me get your glass. Pour your glass. That motherfucker shot off like a 380.
How was this one worse than the actual alcohol?
I'm gonna put it over there.
Thank you, babe.
And you welcome. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
It ain't got no liquor.
I don't know.
Non-alcoholic beverage, 0% ABV obtained from Total Wine. De-alcoholization.
Well,
So non-alcoholic, yeah.
they did a damn good job.
Yes. So how
Okay.
did we meet?
Oh, so you're just going to jump right into it. Oh, my goodness. We met at my job that I was working at during the pandemic, 2020.
Bombshells.
Bombshells. If you from Dallas,
Toxic.
you know.
So somebody laced
So-
my drink.
We
We'll
ain't
get
even
into
gonna go
that.
there.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, definitely, I feel like that job definitely describes like
where we was.
and
Yeah,
where we
where we
came
at,
from.
yeah, for sure.
Because like I said, if you're from Dallas, you know and if you're not from Dallas, think of like Hooters times 10, but in the hood.
What was it on Stemmons Freeway?
On Stemmons Freeway, right across the
That shit
street
was
from
regular.
Ecstasy.
I remember it was a strip. Yeah, it was a strip club.
And it's attached. Over City is attached to the Bombshells building, and then directly across from the street is another strip club, Ecstasy. Well, it's not called Ecstasy anymore, but anyways, and they actually are owned by all the same people.
Well, actually got shut down.
Ecstasy did, but they rebranded it, and now it's a different name, but it's still a strip club. So, but anyways, yeah. So we met there. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, we met there. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I used to be in the line, and dudes used to give you like $100 to pass the line.
Man.
I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this?
Nah,
Who the fuck is this? Beyonce? The fuck?
I ain't
$100 to
gonna-
pay, like, that was over thirsty, you feel me? I mean, I caught myself doing it one time.
boy, you used to give me $100 just for breathing.
Man, that's cap.
And they used
That's
to,
cap.
the servers used to be
That's-
so pissed off
that's
because
cap.
I was a hostess, so I was working the door. I wasn't serving drinks. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just working the door. So I was on hourly pay, but I would walk out some nights $700, $800 cash and still have a
Yeah.
check waiting for me.
Nah, for real.
And I ain't take not one tables. I ain't take no orders. I don't have to tip anybody out. So the girls used to be pissed because I was up there at the doors selling $100 a table because this was COVID.
I think
So
that's what kind of made me attracted to you for real. Because you was like the boss of everybody giving you bread. I'm like, God
I ain't
damn,
gonna
the
lie, I was
fuck?
kind of running that shit.
So it's kind of like,
I mean, I was working the door, so it's like don't nothing come in unless it's coming through me, and I'm putting everybody exactly in every section. So another thing I learned about working there too is that like fast money isn't always good money, because yes, I was walking out with $800, $700 on some nights, and still had hourly checks.
but you was getting exposed to the nightlife, being around
Yeah, fast
all these
money, all
toxic
type of
people, you
drug
feel me?
dealers.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like, you feel me? I
Yeah.
mean, I used to be like that. I used to be running the streets like crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's just it's
but
if you let it consume you, then it's hard to get out. But I'm thankful that like we did meet because us meeting kind of did. I think it settled us both
yeah,
down,
yeah,
honestly.
for real.
But anywho, so that was I was working the doors. I would get a lot of tips, but
Yeah,
he
I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to holler at her for I'd say about 3 months, you know what I'm saying? She said she was talking to somebody at the time, so I'm like, cool, you feel me? Whenever that's over with, I need me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it was crazy because I was driving like 45 minutes every day on that side of town just to be in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Me and
just
my
to
boys was like, man, we gonna hit the strip club, we gonna go to Bombshells, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's kind of how that was, and it was like,
So he would come into my job literally every single day.
I mean, of course, the motherfucker see
Please,
something bad, gonna be like, but
please,
I wasn't thirsty like that. Hell, nah, she capped.
Gavin.
I mean, nah, you ain't capping. But I mean,
It's
we here
okay.
now though.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it.
We
Shit,
here
you saw
now.
something you
I mean, it
like.
wasn't even that. It's like you just gotta apply pressure to, every situation that you want to be on top. Like,
Came in frequently, and I had just got out of something toxic. So I'm like, right now, I'm just chilling.
so yeah, she wasn't going. So let me tell you this story. I end up going out somewhere and meeting these other girls.
Yeah.
They was from like Fort Worth. So I'm like, man, I'm about to take them into Bombshells with me and try to make her mad just to see what she'll say. So I brought the girls in there. We sitting at the table.
I remember that.
Yeah, you came up and was our server. And they like, why you keep looking at her? And I'm like, little do you know, I don't even want to be here with y'all, mama.
Y'all were actually at the bar.
Exactly.
I remember that.
So
Y'all were actually at the bar because I don't serve.
So you end up moving to another table. So me and Chase ended up popping a couple bottles, and they ended up standing there, and we were just like, that's crazy. So yeah, she finally was like, well, you can take me on a date.
Well, I stood my ground because that actually didn't even make me jealous. It actually was comical because I'm like, oh.
I mean,
So this is what he wanted to
no,
do.
some
So
make you,
I
as
came
long
in.
as you laugh, I got you.
They
We
was
just gonna
salty.
pull up. Look, when you can't
You know what?
work for real.
I'm like, you know what? Let me let him give. I'll give him a shot. And he's like, when's your next off day? I remember it was on a Monday. So I was like, I'm off Monday. He's like, what you want to do? Shoot, let's go to Nick and Sam's. So, mind you, we're both not from here, but I think I had been out more like around that time than you had. I think you were just starting to get out. So I knew what Nick and Sam's was, but he didn't know what
She
Nick and
hilarious.
Sam's was.
First date, man. I thought I was just doing it. I pulled up in up in a Nike Tech at a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Me and my boy.
They was matching.
And we was going on a double date. Y'all
They
jumped out
was
with dresses on and everything. I'm like, oh man,
They was matching.
this is crazy.
There was different
We
colors.
wasn't about to say hell nah. And that nigga, hell no.
Well, y'all was both in Nike Techs, but they was different colors.
But tell them how I left. And
So
went and bossed
wait.
up.
The manager of the restaurant's like, sir, I can't let you. I'm sorry, but I can't let you in here dressed like that. Like you gotta go change, or we gonna have to cancel your reservation. So I'm like, dang, what's going on? This is the first date. Like, is it finna get canceled? Is we finna go somewhere else? But I really wanted to eat there, so
She chose the most expensive restaurant That's how they do you the first date. We should went to Applebee's.
I wanted to see, bark like you want it. So
It wasn't no. I mean, I had a little craving for steak anyway. It wasn't really like I was just.
I just wanted to test him. Like, okay, you keep wanting to take me out. Okay, this is where I want to
That's what
go.
we
I was just
doing.
trying to see like what type of time he was on. So I feel like that was another thing that I really liked about you when we went on our first date, because I feel like any other guy would have been like, well, shoot, we can go somewhere else, or we can go, here or there. But you saw that I obviously really wanted to eat there. So
I left, went to like I think I went to like Burlington's, found the quickest, most casual store nearby, and I went and got booted. Like
he got himself a
I
brand new
dressed.
outfit
I got my boy.
and his friend
Yeah, I
a
got
brand new outfit.
my homeboy a brand new fit. I had a brand new fit. So
And this was like in like a 30-minute time span, 40 minute
then
time
we
span.
slid back up to the restaurant. Man, the owner was like he was amazed. He was like, I'm gonna give you guys a free bottle, man. I ain't never
Completely through. So you
Yeah,
had a little white button
Yeah, I
up
had
on
the-
with the tan pants, with the
Oh,
dress
yeah.
shoes. I was like, okay, yeah, that was BDE.
Left, got dressed, bought my homeboy a fit, came back, bought everybody
Everybody's
dinner
dinner.
at the table.
You paid
$500.
for me and my friend
And
Alexis.
then
Shout out to you,
and
Alexis.
then took y'all to the strip club and gave y'all money to throw on.
$dollars, I think, at the strip club
I was like, damn, this night for y'all.
on
You
a
feel me?
Monday.
On a Monday. On a Monday.
And we went to my job that night too. We went from Nick and Sam's to Bombshells to Ecstasy,
Yeah.
and then
We went back to my crib.
to your house.
What was that movie we watched?
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, we watched Fatal
with Nia
Attraction.
Long, and
That was literally, and she never went home since.
that was our first date.
And she left, I think she went to her dad's for like 2 days.
Yeah, I had to fly to Houston the next day.
And she came back and you know how a motherfucker leave a shirt, then they leave a sock, then they leave. I looked at this
Lashes.
motherfucker was moving in, like, what the fuck?
I think when we met, we both kind of were living, he still had like some habits from, Danville ways. No offense.
Oh, damn, but what?
No offense to
Oh,
anybody watching
okay.
this, but you know exactly what I mean.
Talking about habits from damn. Okay, that's crazy work.
Yeah, so when we met, he was kind of still carrying those things. And then
She has some Michigan habits, a lot of.
So we just were both not as mature as we are now.
Yeah.
As we were then.
Right now, we on like a level playing field. We trying to reach higher ceilings. So
Yeah. But we came a long way.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us. There's some thing or challenges that you could say we faced kind of early on, and it's crazy because I feel like
I mean, we really. Our biggest challenge probably was living with each other for the first time, but not even then, but like getting to learn each other's space. And
we kind of jumped in like
she kind of
very
just
fast.
moved in like after the first date.
I never really went home after the first date. So during that time, obviously, I think it was just fun because within the first couple of weeks of meeting each other, we went to Atlanta, we went to Philly, we were clubbing, traveling, you know what I'm saying? It's like life wasn't really serious yet. We were just kind of having fun with each other. So I think our biggest challenge kind of came in when life kind of started getting serious, and that fun. We were still having fun, but it's like now, okay, jobs, kids, actually meshing our lives together. So going from, the party scene, traveling, being out all the time, having just different thrills, I guess, to like going into something serious where it's like, okay, well, because I think that's where a lot of people go wrong in their relationships too, because sometimes it's just fun, but then it's like when that fun is taken away, I think a lot of people realize they don't really like each other like that, honestly. Because what they liked the most about each other was those experiences that they were doing. So it's like when life really starts lifing.
That's kind of like the analogy with the meat. Like, you really don't like meat, you just like the seasoning that's on the meat.
That's on the meat, and then
So, like,
take that
would you
seasoning
eat that
off.
meat with no seasoning?
Right. So I
So I
think,
feel like
yeah.
I still would eat your meat with no seasoning. I'm just saying, no
Well, yeah,
seasoning. That's what. Yeah,
that's
just
what ended up happening
like, if you can eat
because,
meat with no seasoning, you really like meat.
yeah. But a lot of times you just like the like, you don't like lemon pepper wings. You like the lemon pepper
That's
that's
on the
on the
wings.
wings.
Exactly.
You don't like barbecue wings. You like the barbecue sauce on it. So
Exactly. You don't like.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably the number one, because that's what's gonna happen first. If you get into a relationship that eventually moves to the next stage of being long term, that's usually where people end up bumping heads or breaking up because they don't
When
know
the
how
money
to.
ain't flowing
Yes,
in,
and when the
when you
fun
gotta
ain't
go to
happening,
work,
you
when
ain't
you
going clubbing and you ain't going on
exactly.
trips.
Do
And
you still like that person?
yeah,
If he
and
can't take you to Cancun, if he
are
ain't
you right?
exactly, are you
Are you
still
still
exactly?
going to?
Is you still motivated to be with this man?
Mm-hmm. And so I think that's kind of like where our challenge came in, because it was like a shift from doing all these fun things, doing all these things, to like, I got pregnant, 9 months after us meeting each other. And if you think about it, before I got pregnant, I don't really think we were taking like time to like really, really get to know each other. It's like, oh shoot,
It's life.
this is getting serious. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. What we about
Let's
to do?
get it started.
Right. And so I think that's kind of where we bumped heads, because then that's like we kind of started the getting to know each other like 9 months after knowing each other. Fun.
It's kind of put into position to where it's like, this is life and
Yeah.
it
It
starts
like
now.
yeah.
Life, like, go now.
Y'all had all that
Like,
fun
start.
stuff. Now it's time to like, okay, what are we doing? So I think that's when it kind of, got hard. Plus we had like a lot of outside drama going on.
And then around that time, we wasn't fully into our careers
Yeah, either.
that we is now. So
Yeah. So that was hard on you, especially because like you're obviously really talented in what you do. You've been doing what you've been doing for years, and
like
so
21 years,
yeah,
to be exact.
yeah. And so I think when you had to work under somebody in something that you knew you were like very crafted in, being the underdog, but you're the head honcho and you are the head honcho. So I think, yeah.
It's like working for a company, but you as an employee bringing the company all the money.
Yeah, and they're profiting more off of you.
And you
than
is
you are.
not making nowhere near what they're making.
Or what you could be
or
making.
what you could be making on your own.
Yeah. So that was very frustrating. Just, I know you were going through a lot during that time too, because just the type of person you are, you move very fast, and you're just naturally a leader. So like that was hard for you in itself, where it's like you couldn't control like your career. It's like somebody else was kind of controlling your career. And then they tried to, micromanage you and other things that they try to do that we don't need to get into. But that was very tough too, because it's like that frustrated you.
3,000, what was it, like 3,000, 1,500 every 2 weeks? Or, yeah, 3,000 a month to now I'd be like some months between 20 and 30,000, just depends on like the traffic or what's going on in between.
And really anybody, but I feel like men that affects men a little bit more, because it kind of digs at your pride too, because you feel like,
I mean, some men.
Some men. I mean, yeah, some men don't
Men
care.
that was
They're
raised
bums
to
and
be
they're
providers,
Yeah.
protectors, and leaders. Once you lose your job and you got to take care of your family, it's kind
Yeah.
of like a smack in the face. Like,
Yeah. Some men are actually okay. Like, some people settle for those type of things. Some men are okay with, being the underdog or whatever. But obviously, the men who are the leaders, who are the providers, that's very hard to take on when you're not necessarily happy exactly where you are in your career, and then you still have family to provide for. You got baby on the way. You got other kids that need
with
things.
one thing about it, you never let that like phase you. I never let it phase me. Like, if
But
I
it
can have a
did wear
million
on
things
you.
on my plate,
It did wear on you.
and you will never know. Like, you would
Yeah. one thing I know about you, like you carry pressure very well, but it does wear on your spirit. Like just as far as like your moods and stuff.
I'm a barber. Energies travel. You know what I'm saying? So I can be probably cutting somebody that had bad energy, and it traveled to me, and I bring it home. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and that's what
It
kind of
wasn't
what was
necessarily
happening.
like I'm the devil and I came home
No, nobody's saying
tearing the
that.
house up type
No,
shit.
you was never
Like,
like that. I'm just
yeah.
saying like, nah, no. You was never like that. I'm just saying like I knew you wasn't happy at that job. You know what I'm saying? Like it was in your spirit. Your spirit was just down. You weren't coming home cussing me out and yelling at me and nah, you never been that type. But I'm saying like your spirit was just down.
Yeah, because I always go by the saying, go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate
Uh,
it.
y'all don't get it, but that's an inside joke
Go
for
where
us.
you celebrate it, not where you
Ooh,
tolerate
that's
it.
crazy because
That's some good advice, though.
I was
Seriously.
just, but I
Really will
but you.
tolerate you, but will not celebrate you.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you around, but I ain't gonna congratulate you for shit.
Not only are we trying to relearn each other, and then we don't have, the fun things going on that we used to that kind of brought that would uplift your spirit. We didn't have that going on, and then we're preparing for a new baby. You got other kids and other drama from the outside, work drama. It was just a lot of things going on. So I think that was probably a very challenging moment for us because it's kind of like we had to shift back into like gear while also trying to like juggle the things going on around us.
People like you when you fun.
Yeah.
Just like I had a lot of friends when I was going out, when I was kicking it. When you fun, like when
Yeah.
I was going out, kicking it, partying, people was calling me every day. So tell me why I stopped eating meat and stopped going outside, and my phone ain't rung since.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it was, oh, bro, let's hit the steakhouse. Oh, let's do this. Let's go out. Nigga, I don't eat steak. I don't kick it. I don't go to clubs. I don't do none of that no more. But that's the only way you can boss up. You have to eliminate the demons in your life.
Or
And
even just distractions, that
I
can
mean,
bring
but you got to
demons.
think, most distractions are demons,
Yeah.
are demonic.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because God is pulling you one way and the devil is pulling you the other way. So it's
Right.
like if you don't catch on, then you will end up
It's
in
tangling.
an entanglement.
Yeah. With the
So
wrong things.
it's kind of like, being aware of your surroundings and finding your way through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not stop hanging with that person today or maybe even next week, but in 3 months, 4 months, yeah, I better not see you with them. I know it takes a while to detox from somebody, but like you can go with 1 week you see a person 3 times, next week 2 times, next week 1 time, next week I ain't seeing you, next week don't call me, next. So it's easy
Yeah.
to like
I mean, I
just gotta
think
wing it off.
the
Like,
easiest way that is really going to help you detach is when you stop doing the things that you used to do with that person.
oh yeah,
Eventually, you guys aren't going to have anything in common.
oh yeah.
So it's going to naturally just weed itself out anyway. And that's kind of what happened, in both of our situations.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's what you got to do though. Like, if you find a leech, you have to figure out what is causing the leech to be there.
and not even just, I know when you say leech, a lot of people's first mind is going to go to like using, like
Not,
you
no, it ain't about
specifically.
money. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but
you can leech onto my mind, my brain.
your
You can
spirit, your
leech on to,
energy,
yeah,
your
exactly. So
your
it's like
anything that's
a
draining
leech
is
will
a
drain you.
leech in a sense. That's another thing that was like kind of struggle, like that we kind of were struggling with at some point was just trying to like disconnect from certain things that wasn't going to get us to a marriage or get us to, a committed relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a touchy subject for some people is, like the constant going out, things like that. Hanging out in clubs, hanging out in bars, drinking, smoking, being in strip clubs, being in clubs. Like, a lot of people think it's just fun. And while you're in it, it may feel fun.
It's kind of like a portal, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Because you
It
play the
is.
music, you got
Because
the
the music
enemies
is
on one, and you
secular,
got to think,
first of all.
you got the enemies on one side, you on the other side. So that's creating an energy inside of a enclosed building with demonic music.
Yeah, that's
Just kind of
playing
like how the
secular
Travis
music.
Scott when he had that.
that
That
Astro
Astro
World
World and
concert, and
everybody
people are
was
passing
dying.
out and having
Yeah,
seizures and
exactly.
stuff. But that's what a lot of people don't realize is that these artists actually use rituals and spells through their music. And you gotta think
Yeah,
about it. Your eyes and your ears are one of the main gateways to your soul. So it's very important what you're watching and what you're listening to, right? So think about it like this. So if you're in the club, what are they playing? Secular music, right? So they're already gaining access to your soul through your ears, right? Why do you think sometimes when you're listening to music, songs get stuck in your head? Or when you listen to music, when you're at the gym, like, oh, I need to listen to this song because it gets you hyped up, right? Because that those frequencies that are passing through your ears are making you feel something, right? When you're sad, what do you want to play? Sad music. When you in a good mood, you want to listen to something uplifting because it just gets you moving, right? So what do you think that that's doing? The frequencies, the music, and all that stuff.
you just move to the drum or the beat.
Yeah,
That's it.
and it's gaining access to your soul, your feelings, your emotions.
He is God, and everybody like you'll get signals and you'll get warnings. Like if you're one of those people that be in the club
Discernment,
and
yeah.
soon as you get there, you be ready to go home and you don't feel
Yeah, you
that
feel
mean you're
uncomfortable.
not.
The spirit,
This is
your
not the
spirit, your
place for you.
flesh is
You know what I'm
like,
saying? Every
yeah,
time I walk in the club, I can walk in, let's say at 12:05. By the time 12:35 hit, I'm lying like I gotta go to the
yeah. You
bathroom.
use towards the
I'm like,
end,
hey, bro, I gotta hit the restroom.
yeah,
They be
because
calling,
towards,
where you at? I'm
I
like, nigga,
know
I'm in the
you used
bed
to do
watching
that all the
TV. Shit, I'm
time.
at
Like
home. What the
towards
fuck?
the end of you, kind of like,
Like,
because I used to try to tell you that, like, babe, and
like you'll
sometimes,
know. You'll know.
yeah,
You'll go in the club and then you'll just be like, bro,
yeah.
just too strong. The vibes is just like,
A lot of people though, like when they hear you say it, they think you sound crazy or you and like, but it's like as it went on, you started to feel it for yourself, and like that's really the only thing that's gonna pull people out of the environments because people can tell you, church can tell you, mama's friends, wife, girlfriend, but it's like it's something you gotta experience and feel for yourself for you to actually
like I
move
said,
out of that
like God
situation.
will send warnings. Like
Mhm.
you'll know.
Yeah.
And if you go past that warning, you in like the red zone,
Yeah, where
real red.
anything can go
Yeah,
down
like real
at that
red.
point. But this is something I just want people to think about. So when you're in the club, they're playing that music, which is usually about sex, drugs, money, fornication, murder, all type of things,
Sex,
right?
money, drugs.
Yeah. So you're listening to that in the club, right? So that music is already one thing, right? Then you got all these people in the building listening to it as well, right? Who are also what? Drinking liquor, which is also another
A
way a
spirit,
spirit
a
enters your
liquid. I
body.
call that a liquid
Liquid.
spirit.
Yes, it is. Why do you think when you go to the liquor store it says so and so wine and
Wine
spirits?
and spirits. Everywhere is wine and
Everywhere, wine
spirits.
and spirits.
You drink
Because
wine and take your spirit. Not
because
this wine though.
nah, this is
This
not
is
this is
champagne.
non-alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's why a lot of times when you get drunk, you don't feel like yourself. You're not acting like yourself.
You tend to go for things that you would normally go for
If you were
if you were
sober,
sober.
because
Yeah.
that's that spirit operating within you, right?
And
You okay?
say hi to the camera. Right there. Say hi. Right there. Turn around.
Brief intermission. Our son woke up, so I think where we left off, we were just talking about the clubs and stuff. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
so, okay, so think about this setting. So you have secular music being played in a building or a setting that is speaking all low vibrational things: murder, sex, money, drugs, lust, fornication, the whole nine, right? And then you have a building full of people all listening to that as well, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then everybody in there is under the influence of something, right? Which means if
I
you're
mean,
under
most
the
people.
influence, yeah, if you're under the influence of something, then most likely you're operating in some form of spirit.
Most likely you're not yourself.
Right. Whether
It's kind of like how X pills is. Whatever your mood is for the night, that's what
operating
it is.
in.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it just like we were saying. Alcohol is a form of a liquid spirit. So when you're drinking it, you're not yourself. That's why you act out. Some people act in anger when they get drunk. Some people act very horny when they're drunk.
Everybody is horny when they're drunk.
Yeah.
Either
So,
you want to fight or you want to fuck.
yeah.
Basically.
Basically.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's never, and
So,
sometimes you even fight after you fuck. Or fight then fuck. So it's like,
right. Or you're just fighting. Or some people have a really bad habit of just like overspending when they're drunk. Like when they're drunk, it's not a price
oh
tag on
yeah,
anything.
that's me.
And you wake up
Oh
and you done
fuck.
spent
I be pissed.
thousands. You know what I'm saying?
2,500 for a session. Fuck it, give me 2 of them. Wake up and be like, who spent
What's
5
that?
G's off my shit?
Man. So things like that. So it's like, obviously, anybody can, if you really sit down and break that down and put it into perspective, when you are under the influence of something, you're not operating as yourself anymore. You're operating in some form of spirit, anger, lust, greed, pride, whatever, right? And it can lead you into doing things that you wouldn't usually do, right? Okay. So then you have a building full of people who are all under the influence of something, right? And you guys are all co-mingling, and all those spirits and energy are being passed around, where it's like people can be like, oh, when I drink, I'm good. I don't blah, blah, blah. But it's not about you as a person. It's about the environments that you're placing yourself in, where you could be in that environment with those different spirits and take some of that home with you. Now, when you get home, you might have had a cool night, right? Ain't fought, ain't get into nobody. You went out and chilled, right? But then you wake up the next morning, all of a sudden your spirit's drained, you're moody, you're very tired, you don't feel good, you're sluggish, just got a bad attitude, just a bad energy. 9 times out of 10 is from whatever you may have picked up from being in that environment.
Yeah, when I used to drink, like, I used to be like,
Even got to be just for clubs. We could take this into work settings where it could be, maybe you're not dealing with somebody that's, drunk or something, but you're dealing with somebody who has a very negative spirit, a very draining spirit, somebody who gossips a lot, somebody who is a narcissist, or whatever the case may
I
be.
mean, you kind of know what's for you is for you, honestly.
Right.
It's like sometimes you hold on to stuff for too long,
Yeah.
and you know it's not for you.
Yeah.
I have friends right now that you don't even like, but you still hang with them.
It's like a turning point for us too was just like kind of eliminating that nightlife scene, because we used to do it even together. Y'all, anybody watching this, y'all can say what y'all want, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people may disagree with what I'm saying, and that's fine.
I mean,
too.
you can't really disagree with the truth.
But it takes people some time to get to realize.
Because my thing is, a lot of people go to the clubs and they're in their own section with their own people. So why not you in a secure environment like at home or somewhere drinking with your folks instead of in the club, you in one section, they in one section, and then you done called everybody. Matter of fact, everybody was already at your house before y'all went to the club, and then y'all got in the club and went in the same little kitchen area that you had at home.
Yeah, it's just a
The
worldly
dudes don't even
thing.
talk to the women no more. Like, it's
just
crazy.
a bunch of standing
Niggas
around.
pointing at you trying to see what shoes you got on. Oh, you got a chain on, man. I'm about to rob that nigga. That nigga out here after the club. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's not like, bro, hey, you trying to get juked on. You feel me? That's when juke parties and house parties was busting. Nowadays, it's like, it's just a place for you to find your eye.
But if you think about it, it's
shoot a
still
motherfucker.
the
That's it.
same. Trying to get people to understand is that you can say what you want, but eventually you are what your environment is, or you become what your environment is at some point. So that's why, like, when I really started thinking of it that way, and really started like tapping more into God, I began to realize, like, these settings where we place ourselves and things we are around, people we hang with, is ultimately going to determine like how
Your
far
fate.
our relationship goes, number one,
You
but
determine
also
your
your
fate.
fate. Yeah.
Exactly. And then what really be killing me is most of these people be inside of the club kicking it all night, and the kids be at home by themselves.
Oh yeah. That's a
It's kind of like you'll see somebody in the club and you'll be like, damn, don't she got 4 kids? I see her mom, her sister. I see everybody. You feel me? So it's like,
Anyway.
so I was just talking about like in general. It's a lot of that. They go out, they kick it, and they forget that you have responsibilities. You have to get up and go to work. You got to get up and feed the kids. You got to get up and go pay bills, run errands,
And
grocery
then
shop.
and then some, but half the time, a lot of those people ain't even doing that. So it's like, why are you even out kicking in the first place? And your kids ain't ate since yesterday night, or it's school coming up. They ain't got not a pencil, not a crayon, not a T-shirt, but you out kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't paid rent in 2 months. You facing eviction. But
But a lot of people drink their problems away. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
right,
I'm facing eviction. Let me go grab me a quarter pint. It's like,
right. But
what the
then the
fuck?
problem with that is like, it's only a temporary satisfaction because it takes your mind off of it for the night or forever. But then you wake up and you still have those same responsibilities the next day. When
Temporary
we get to
satisfaction for a permanent result.
the moment we kind of detached ourselves from like the crowds and the clubs and certain things, it allowed us to really like focus on each other, our relationship, and I think it made it stronger. Us stronger is a long question, but answer. But I would say like those two things is like probably was like the biggest things for us was just like one, life getting serious and not always being party. That's not to say that you guys shouldn't have a life outside of each other, because that's, you absolutely should. You're trying to kind of have still a social life, like other outlets that are like healthy. That is kind of where I felt like things started to like shift for us. And also just like in each other, I think like you kind of matured even more after that, when you kind of were like realizing like, okay, this is not really an environment that I'm going to thrive in. Let me do something else.
And once it was time to chase my goals, it was time to lock in. You can't
Yeah.
really be 100%. It's kind of like having 3 cups and you pouring water into each cup. Ain't none of them gonna be full. You got to take 1 cup, fill it all the way up, and then you can work on other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I had to let go of everything just to focus on my career, my goals,
Yeah.
and my stability as basically as the man of the family.
Yeah.
You know, to provide, protect, hold everything down.
And I think that's another reason why you have been just so successful in like everything that you're doing, because eventually like you submitted to God's will in a sense, because that was never his plan for your life to be just out in the streets forever, because like you said, it wasn't really until you kind of locked in is when everything kind of started to prosper
I mean, yeah,
for you.
facts. Just kind of letting go, like you said, of those unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
Once you let go of that, then you can really find like what God
And
put you
it's going
here
to
to be.
open other doors for you. Like one of the number one things I hear people that have known you from back in the day to see you now, just like, man, look how far Los has come. Look how, he really doing, he bought. But saying that, but then also think back, okay, he's not doing the things that he used to do.
I had to change my whole blueprint in order to find new print. For real, like
Exactly.
it was no way I can still be the old me and have
And the life
new
that you're,
blessings. It's
that you're
impossible.
living now. And also I think like prayer too, like that's the one thing too that really helped me was like,
Prayer works if the partner is willing to be prayed for.
right,
Because you got
that
some
too.
people that's so arrogant and don't want to take the time out to pray or get prayed for.
And they're continuing to like reject. God done already answered your prayer right there, because he's showing you, like, you'll know, like, when you pray over something or continue to pray without ceasing, and then you see God starting to shift in that person, then you know, like, okay, this is gonna work. This is working, and we got to keep going. But if you're praying and praying and praying, and like they're still rejecting, that's usually a sign that it's just, that ain't like where you need to be.
Yeah.
For sure. What have you just learned from being married these last 8 months?
Well, I would say like the biggest change I see in you is more so, like you said, the way you talk, your attitude, and just like the overall well-being and the way you take care of the family. You know, not saying you didn't used to do that, but now it's like, oh yeah, she locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cooking, cleaning, making sure everything around the house straight, making sure I got draws, bad friend when I get off, food, like, you know what I'm saying? Even back then, used to roll my blunts and make sure my weed had, like, everything she knew I liked, she made sure she had it. So, but, you know, that come with growth and understanding. We want, you know, like I said, when you first get to know each other, of course, that's not going to be laid and slayed,
Yeah.
but as you get on and get further, like, if your partner's starting to do more and more and more for you, then you'll kind of know that's the one for you. Because most people would, like, kind of just fall off.
Yeah, you get married and
Like,
like,
some
okay.
people just literally send you to the five-star steakhouse, take you to Dubai, do all that, and then now you starting to eat at Applebee's, and now you starting to steak and shake, and then now you eventually just fall off. You know what I'm saying? So,
Which is nothing like wrong with those things, just so y'all don't take that or anybody take that the wrong way.
no, I'm just saying
What
a
you're
lot of
saying
people,
is like,
yeah, it's
you give
like,
them that big dog
it's kind of
energy,
like what you
and then,
did to get somebody. Keep that energy going.
yeah.
Don't ever
Doesn't
stop
mean you
dating
gotta
somebody.
whine and spend thousands every time. He's just
No, no,
saying
no.
like,
Be more
don't
intimate.
get the person and then just
Like I
switch
said,
up the whole program.
when our money was tangled up, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, dinner at the house tonight, rose
Yeah,
petals in the
and
shower,
that's okay.
foot rubs and stuff like you still got to keep the intimacy alive even when you don't have no money.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
it
I'm saying?
doesn't like those gestures don't have to be expensive. Like he's saying, like,
A lot of that stuff fall off because a man will take you all the way to the top tier everything just to see if his woman gonna back him up, if his woman gonna come with the next date, if his woman gonna cook dinner tonight, if his woman gonna do that. But most of the time, she's so involved into what he can do for her that she ain't really trying to pour
into
into
him.
him.
Yeah, and so
And
they
that's
just
how the
think it's
bridge
just,
fall off. Of
yeah.
course, no, I ain't taking you to Dubai no more. We go to Applebee's. It's like, really? Yeah. But
Then you start being
then it's,
ungrateful,
yeah, then it's like,
and
oh, it's like, oh, you ain't never did nothing for me. Okay, so I ain't never take you to Dubai. I ain't
yeah,
never
or
do, you know
and
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
the
So,
flip can, and I think it can go both ways too. With even like women, maybe a woman is showing up for him or her man early on, cooking, cleaning, trying to massage him or do, whatever a woman would do to show out for her man, right? And she's realizing that she's not getting as much back, so she stops doing those things. But then in return, he's also still not doing anything, but then complaining about the things that she didn't used to do anymore. So it's just like it has to be that equal effort. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it's just like that equal effort of still showing up for each other even when life changes. You might not have money to go to Dubai anymore. You may not have money to do shopping sprees or, expensive dinners or things like that, but there's still other ways you guys
but
can show up for each other.
yeah, it is. But I can say it is kind of hard to find somebody that's on the same level as you. Most people run through 5 to 10 different women or men before they even find somebody that's compatible. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see
I
yourself
think
like,
everybody's, well, not everybody, not that many, but
well,
I'm saying that's kind of everybody's life.
I
I
mean,
mean, that
everybody
was
like
us before
most
we
people.
met.
Yeah, you'll run through 5, 6, 7 different people until you find the one that's compatible for you. So I would say like keep dating. The one you dating right now might not be the one for you. You know what I'm saying? Just keep dating. Eventually, you're gonna find somebody who is just for you.
Yeah. And you'll kind of know, like we were saying, like you'll know when, like I said, it might seem like the honeymoon phase, but then when that honeymoon phase wears out, can you guys work through getting, through that first rough patch? Can you guys, if he loses his job or she loses his job, can you guys work through dates may not look like they used to before. Can you guys work through that? Can you guys work through the challenges of now having kids? So maybe you may not have enough free time to go and do what you guys used to do. Can you guys get through that? So it's like when certain challenges arise, you'll kind of know if that's your person because, it won't be like, peaceful 24/7, but you guys will still be able to overcome certain things. If you run into a problem and it's kind of like wits end, y'all not really working through it. Y'all kind of stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck. Then that's usually probably like an indication that
Yeah,
it's probably not.
it's probably a wrap.
Yeah. What have you learned being like a husband now?
I mean, I learned that everything is not about me, you know. Um, I learned that you got to put family first. I learned you got to put your grind second. You the man of the house. We wasn't put here to do nothing other than to provide, protect.
Biblically, it says provide, protect, and lead.
Yeah, I mean, so when we typically doing providing, protecting, and leading, it brought me closer to God. It brought me, closer to the family, closer to who I want to be in life. And like I said, it taught me a lot. It's still teaching me a lot,
Yeah.
It's still a lot that I need to learn, a lot that I haven't learned, and it's a lot that I'm willing to learn. So
Yeah. Well, that's the greatest part, is to be willing to learn, because what I've learned in marriage is that, like, you definitely can't be selfish in a marriage. I mean, there are certain compromises that are going to have to come into place because, again, it's not all about one person. So you are going to have to compromise on your pride a little bit to be able to, kind of see both sides of things. Like, I feel like in a marriage, you can't have one way of thinking. It's kind of like you have to have your own feelings, your own stance, but also still be open to understanding where your like husband or wife is coming from, because it's not just about what you think, what you feel. It's about trying to understand like each other, picking or being a doormat either. But like in marriage, I've learned that like some stuff is just like you don't need. It's not worth arguing about. Like,
I mean, I kind of feel the same. Walk past the laundry, instead of saying, "Hey, you didn't wash the laundry," just wash the laundry.
yeah. And
Or
same
hey,
thing,
or just like me, like you walk past the trash, yeah, you'll throw it by the door and I'll get it, but instead of being like, "You didn't take the trash out,"
why didn't you take the
you'll
trash
kind
out?
of just tie the bag and I was like, "Yeah, let me get that." So it's kind of like old stuff we would have been arguing about.
Yeah, like
We
little
just kinda,
nitpicky
yeah.
stuff. Like and like it sounds crazy, but like those nitpicky stuff, especially when like we really don't have much else to argue about. Like I don't really
But
feel
it's
like we
crazy
argue
because,
about
yeah,
a lot of things.
and people don't understand that small cuts hurt the worst.
And those nitpicky things can actually turn
Ruin your
into like,
relationship.
yeah, and actually turn into like big, stupid arguments over nothing. Like I can find myself like sometimes making a big deal out of like,
Nothing.
yeah, the smallest of the smallest things. So
But
I've
yeah,
learned sometimes just to shut up. Just shut
just
up.
be quiet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end it on that note.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Sometimes it's not that deep.
So
It's really not that deep.
yeah, that concludes episode 1, and I would say we will be posting an episode every Friday. I'll say about every Friday about 7 p.m. YouTube.
I ain't gonna give y'all a time. Just know every Saturday or every Friday.
Every Friday. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah.
Spotify, eventually Spotify, Apple Music, all that type of stuff. So
yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment.
yeah, we got a lot more content
yeah.
and a lot.
Definitely give us your feedback. This is our first episode, so definitely
And give us some topics.
Yeah,
down
drop
below.
in the comments. That's what I was just
Let
about
us
to say.
know what you want to hear.
Yeah, what questions you may have for us, or maybe what topics y'all
And then
want us to touch on.
eventually we'll bring on a guest. preferably husband and wife, somebody that we can talk to, or she can bring on another wife and they can have a conversation
Yeah.
about certain stuff. So we always open
Different ideas.
to be
So
working.
please give us feedback.
And yes,
And
I
yeah.
designed this. I handpicked the roses.
He did.
I got the sign. I did the pampas right there. So yeah, I'm like the designer, interior
He's
designer.
very creative.
I'm that dude when it comes to like just anything. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for it, it'll be there.
Thank you for watching.
Drop down below. We out.